won't stop until the break of dawn. I'm singing.
Hey guys, Mike the Vike here, back for yet another video. This time around we're going to be doing a quick overview slash first kind of gameplay really of a game called Starbound. If you haven't heard about it, it's very similar to, well, not very, whoa, redo that. It's not super similar, but if you haven't heard about it, I can say that it's something like Terraria. But once I get into the game, you'll realize that actually the only thing you can say that are the same between the two are the fact that they're both 2D sort of survival games. So right off the bat, actually, let me redo that. You do spawn on your ship, and I believe when you first start playing, it has no fuel, and you just have to open this crate, and there'll be a couple items in here for you to get started, and then you click this button to phase down to whatever planet. This one's Alpha HM97102, whatever that is, and it always spawns you to the same place, I believe. And yeah, this is the house I've built, and obviously that's where people start comparing it to Terraria because, you know, oh, it's a 2D game, oh, it has buildables, so it's just like the other. But you'll see it's definitely not. I mean, when you first wander, so here's the different crafting things with each one. You can craft different items. So this is like a kitchen counter. This is a crafting table. This is a furnace, so you can smelt down things like iron ores and bronze ores. And then this is the iron anvil, which you can make higher level items. And then up here is my bed, and you can heal up while you're sleeping, which is kind of nice. And then here's a bunch of random crates, which are full with stuff. And this is a fire, which you can make food. And to interact with anything here, you just have to get your mouse onto it, and then press E. Very simple. And then, let's say if you're on the road, like not at your house, if you want to access things like your inventory, you press this button here to access your inventory, or alternatively press I, and then you press this button here to open the basic crafting, so things like torches, bandages, basic hunting bow, platforms, things like that, things you'll need while you're on the go. And yeah, that's sort of the basics. The rest of it is history. It's a very nice game, so there's some, well, actually these are friendly, sort of like the rabbits of this game, if you know what I mean. And there's some enemies over there, up in the sky. It's not exactly the most friendly environment every time you play. Like there's like these guys, if I get close to them, actually if I shoot one, let me try to get one. I don't know where he is now, but the world is, at least on this first planet, I haven't played the game a ton, 6 hours. Ow. Ow, oh, that's why. There we go. I didn't have my broadsword out. Anyway, the worlds, I haven't really explored other planets so far, but this current one is pretty big. I spent a long time, and it is a circular thing, meaning if you go left forever, you will come out on the right side, and so the world does loop. But compared to like Terraria in size, I would say it's big. It's definitely not a small map, this first one here. And actually, if we keep going, you run across villages, and this is the first village. I'm not sure what you do with them, other than trading, which has items which I don't really care too much about. Let me just get into some combat here. These guys are, at first, a real pain to deal with, but this iron broadsword, regular broadsword, whatever, it's made of iron, does quick work of any enemy on this first planet. So that's a really nice thing if you're looking for gear. I've also got the scavengers, helm, breastplate, and greaves. But let's just keep moving here. These guys are like coyotes, and yeah, it's an alien planet technically, if we're gonna start talking about what the storyline is. And your ship has ran out of fuel. And one thing which is really awesome in this game is the music. Very nice music, if that means anything to you, but yeah, nice music. And of course, in the worlds, it is you know, a survival game or whatever, or exploring game, so you can go, oh, there's some silver ore I'm gonna get. Hang on, let me just kill these guys. So you can mine stuff. So this is silver ore. This is actually fairly rare. I don't know why I didn't grab this the first time. And then if we go down over here, this is cobblestone that I'm mining through right now. If we go here, well, there's some copper ore there. And copper ore is fairly basic and easy to find. Iron ore is a little bit harder. And then silver is a little bit harder. Gold is a little bit harder. Platinum, and so on. Anyway, we're going to keep going here, and we're going to try to find the village. Oh, and of course, things like trees, you can cut down trees. And so this crashes down, kind of a cool little animation. And you will get unrefined wood from that. Oh, let me just... Wow, there's iron there. Man, I skipped a lot of stuff. Yeah, you'll get unrefined wood from that. And yeah, if we keep going, we will run into this village. And in terms of other stuff in this game, you do have to monitor your food, unlike Terraria. I don't know why I'm making so many comparisons to the game, but it just felt like something to bring up. But yeah, you do have to monitor your health, and your food, sorry. So you eat this and see, he says, I'm full. So you just have to keep track of that, and then also your temperature. If you are outside in the nighttime, you'll freeze a little bit unless you're near a torch or a fire, or, well, actually those are the only two things I know of right now. Oh, hang on, I need to make some bandages here. So let me just do that. The bandages, again, are one of the more basic things, so I can make them on the road. And I happen to have a lot of the resources to make bandages. Bandages, there's this other kind of tree, it's not this one, but the other kind. And, yeah, you can get the, whatever it's called, the plant fibers. But I actually don't know if everyone spawns on the same map, on their first map. That's something like the same biome or whatever. So it might be totally different for your first time. I haven't started a second world yet. Anyway, after I show you this, we're gonna see what happens when I do this sort of mission thing. There's no obvious missions, there's just this alert thing, so it's a quest journal. So the thing that I want to show you guys is First Contact. I haven't done it yet, but I feel like my character is tough enough to deal with it. And here's the village I was talking about. At first I thought it was enemy because I stole their fruit and stuff and they started attacking me, but then I realized the only reason they attacked me is because I stole their fruits. So it's actually a friendly village, and there's a guy up here and I killed him, and he was like a medic, and I felt bad. But the rest of the village for some reason doesn't hate me, which is nice. Oh, whoa, oh, hi there. Okay, yeah, you're okay. Anyway, yeah, they're like, these guys are like robots or something, because I kept getting like these robotic foods or something. Oh, sorry. And yeah, it's, you know, I mean, if I stole this, I bet they'd start killing me. But I didn't really know what to do with them. There's like traders, so bam, you can buy rice and sugar. But what's the point if you can just survive off cooked alien meat? And yeah, so I mean, there's a well, and you can jump into the well, and there's nothing down there, it's just water, and then it opens up a little bit. So here's an example of a village, I guess. Anyway, I think that's the beginning of that, or, you know, you basically understand. It's a nice village, it's obviously nicely done, but yeah, I mean, I guess I could kill them all, but ow. Anyway, that was actually perfect because I wanted to die anyway, or at least teleport back. So now we're back on the spaceship. We're going to phase down here. One thing I forgot to mention is that you can, if you're out in the open and not in a place where there's like walls or whatever, you can phase back to your ship, which is kind of handy. And in terms of dying, the only loss is you lose some pixels. And pixels are basically a currency in the game. You can, some items, you need pixels to craft them. And then killing enemies gets you pixels. And then the traders, which I just showed you, you can trade pixels for food, for weapons, for armor. And this is only single player, so I'm sure there's more components to this in the multiplayer. But yeah, like I said, I'm just showing you the single player. So we are going to craft this, where is it? Distress beacon. Okay, so I just need wood planks. I've got tons of wood. So let me just make some wood planks. There we are. So let's see here. I'm sure that's enough. How many do I have? Well, I don't know. Let's just make a bunch. I'm going to say that that's enough. There we go. So we're going to make this distress beacon. Oh, I made 2? Weird. I did not expect to make it 2. Whatever. Anyway, we got a reward. And it says that we suggest we gear up before placing it. But I seem to have the best gear available that I can find except for the diamond things. And I'd say that this is the best sword. So we're going to see what happens. I'm not sure what's going to happen to the gear I have here, assuming that this takes me somewhere, which I don't know what it'll do. One thing I should do before all that is drop off some gear, because my inventory is kind of stacked right now. And I don't know why, but you have like 2 inventories. I don't know what's the difference between them. Maybe this is like your backpack and this is like stuff on your clothing or something. I have no idea. But for some reason you have 2 backpacks. Anyway, I'm gonna drop off this stuff, just the things I don't need.